is back in session. Remain seated, remain silent, please.
All right, Shotzi Buck Hayes, please. This is the case of the Commonwealth of Virginia versus Shotzi Buck Hayes. Is the Commonwealth ready?
Yes.
Defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let the record reflect the defendant, Mr. Buck Hayes, is present in court with his attorneys, Mr. Lovato and Mr. Pack. The Commonwealth is represented by Mr. Newman. The defendant is before the court for sentencing on charges of aggravated malicious wounding and attempted first.
To that pre-sentence report.
I cannot do that, Mr. Lovato. I don't have any problem marking it as a defense exhibit, but there are specific things that can and cannot be part of pre-sentence report. The character reference letters are not part of pre-sentence report, so we'll make that defense exhibit 1.
Yes, sir.
Any additions or corrections to the pre-sentence report?
No.
All right, they'll be made part of the record.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you give in the case now before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Good morning, sir. You are Lee Vogler, the victim's father in this case, correct?
Yes.
As such, we have talked, this is your opportunity to address the court as relates to what's called victim impact statement, telling the court how Lee being a victim of this case has affected, what you have seen, affected both him and his family.
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
The mental, physical toll it has taken on me to see what Lee has been through has been devastating. To see him when it first happened, to him almost dying, and being out of it for the first several weeks, the shock that he was set on fire, which I have seen a quick video of him literally on fire. Lee and I are very close, always have been. To this day, when I think of it all, what Lee and the family have been through, I shake my head slowly in disbelief. 63% of his body, with mainly third-degree burns, was and is horrible to me that someone could commit a heinous act that Hayes did. I still have a hard time wrapping my head around this. It's like a bad nightmare that replays over and over. To see Lee go through what he's been through just breaks my heart. But Lee is a fighter, very determined, and when he sets his mind on something, he usually succeeded. But this time, he was in the fight of his life. Every part of his body has been affected. Every part, one way or another. We all know God spared Lee's life, there's no doubt about that. And his wife Blair and his son Kingston and daughter Ava motivated Lee to fight, to get better. It played a major part in Lee's recovery. We have all been there for him since July 30 happened. I will never forget that date. It's the worst date of my life. Lee's mom, Rhonda, Carolyn, and I have been there in any way we could to help Lee make it back. Lee was able to come back in the spring to coach his Danville Middle School baseball team with his son Kingston on it. And I helped out. Coaching his team was a very motivating factor in Lee's healing mentally and physically. Lee was not able to put a baseball glove on his left hand the whole season to play catch. He was also not able to swing a bat to hit balls to the team. He was not able to teach the players how to slide. His handwriting was affected in making the lineup, with his hands trembling. His left arm and hand gave him the most trouble during the season, and neck mobility was noticeable. And I know this was very difficult for Lee to be physically limited, very frustrating for him, to say the least. I coached Lee from 8 years old throughout his life. Baseball was one of our common bonds we've always had. To see him limited with ball was very difficult to handle for me, and definitely him. But Lee persevered, and I was extremely proud of him for what he was able to accomplish with this team. And Lee returned to City Council the day he was released from the hospital. Though Lee still has more surgeries ahead of him, multiple surgeries, he has an incredible will to live his life to the fullest with his family. Through all the tough times for all of us since that horrible day, we have survived. To add on to my statement concerning the impact on our family over the heinous act, I've had a lot of anger issues since July 30. I still feel like it's a horrible nightmare, just hard to deal with. Until you see third-degree burns, over 63% of Lee's body, you have no idea of what it's like to see him deal with it 24/7. People see him, his body in limited fashion. They don't know the extent of it, and you don't know exactly what it is unless you walk down the burn unit center in Chapel Hill and see what these people go through. It's devastating to watch. Thank God Lee had us as a support system to help him make it through this. A lot up there did not. But then I think Lee must deal with the mental and physical aspects the rest of his life. It just breaks my heart to remember Lee being so happy-go-lucky prior to the attack to now being a bit more introverted at times. I see at times some sadness in his eyes. He tries to hide it, but I'm his dad. I see it. He still has trouble tying his shoes, especially with his left hand, buttoning some types of shirts. He has to be extra careful when he is out in daylight, the sun. He has to use sun protective lotion, wear big hats and long sleeves. As a father and close friend to Lee, you just never imagine someone pouring gasoline, napalm on your child and nearly killing him. It's just been devastating to myself and our family. In closing, I would like to add just one thing I've been waiting to say for 11 months. You are a coward. That's all.
Anyone, sir?
No further questions for you, Judge.
No question, Chair.
Thank you, sir. You can step down.
Rhonda Vogler?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the evidence you give in the case now before the court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? You may be seated.
Rhonda Vogler? You're Lee's mother, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Again, this is your opportunity as it relates to being a family member, being Lee's mother, to explain how Lee being a victim of this crime has affected both him and you and the family, okay?
From the moment my son Lee was born, he was my world, my precious gift from God. On July 30th, 2025,
Auspices of desiring as a state to promote uniformity amongst sentences, to ensure greater fairness across the board, and at the same time to ensure that individuals were appropriately punished for serious crimes. In that time frame, they looked at historical sentences, they looked at certain types of offenses that the state decided needed to be enhanced, and that was what initially launched these guidelines after parole was abolished in 1995. At the same time, the state, the Sentencing Commission, has always, I mean always, recognized that courts may and should depart from the guidelines in appropriate circumstances. Compliance with the Virginia guidelines is not legislatively mandated and does not impede a trial court's authority to sentence outside the guidelines if, because of aggravating or mitigating circumstances, a judge wishes to do so. When you look at page C of the guidelines and you understand the guidelines, as I know counsel does and the court does, you get a number. Sadly, this case put a different perspective or a different spotlight on our community, but it is one that I hope the court's actions will extinguish in this circumstance. The court is going to impose a sentence of life imprisonment for aggravated malicious wounding, 10 years imprisonment for attempted first-degree murder. The court will suspend 5 years of the 10-year sentence and all but 35 years of the life sentence. You'll serve 40 years in the penitentiary. Upon release, you'll be placed on probation for the maximum period of time the court can grant, which is 5 years. You'll be required to be of good behavior for the remainder of your life. As a special condition of good behavior, you may not have any contact with the victim, Mr. Vogler, or any member of his family in any way, shape, or form. Your attorney may advise you of any rights that you have to appeal. Sheriff, I'd like you to contact the Department of Corrections and arrange for his transfer to the penitentiary at the